Hey everyone, welcome to Unsupervised Consequences. I am Dino the Genetic Marvel, and I am talking about getting back on track in life. So I did a previous series explaining how I went from over 450 pounds to under 290 pounds, which I'm floating at right now. And I went on vacation, came back, got back to my weight, and now I'm trying to break through and continue the progress I'm making. Because while I've lost somewhere between 160 pounds, 210 pounds, somewhere. I'm still a big guy. So I'm trying to push forward and be in charge of my health proactively. So today's topic is better late than never. I think so, so many of us, myself included, um, we always think about, if I could have the time, or hey, Serge, welcome. If we had the time, if the circumstances were different, if this, that, and the other, there's a million things that we tell ourselves on a daily basis. And there's a few sayings that I've been hearing a lot of lately, like the idea that the best time to start is 20 years ago. The next best time to start right now. You Other people talk about the real uh, symbol of good civilization or growing civilization is the idea that people will plant trees that they will never experience the shade of. And that's the idea of being able to invest in your future, not knowing if you'll be able to gain or enjoy or profit from it, right? It's not too outlandish of an idea, but a lot of us, I know myself included, we kind of wonder, well, why do I do that? What's the point? Like my wife and I, we don't have children. We have a lot of responsibilities just in life. Not me. I do nothing. I'm a loser. But it's the idea that we're building towards something better for ourselves, but at the same time, we're not looking to leave it to anyone. There's no one extra or remaining. So we're trying to figure out how to do that. So, the question arises, um, what are we trying to achieve for? And I know for myself, one of the big driving factors was that I was uncomfortable in my own skin. It wasn't just health, but it was my own self perception, or the way I felt I looked looking at myself in the mirror. Um, it's something that we have to kind of deal with ourselves. And that's the one kicker. And today I had a visit with my mom, and she's doing great. I brought her. I smoked a rack of lamb. It didn't turn out perfectly, which is weird because the first time it did turn out perfectly. I'm so enraged that this one wasn't as good. But she said it was very good and she enjoyed it. And she didn't. My wife was there too, so she can attest that it wasn't just a fictitious meal, but she enjoyed it. So that being said, it's something about cooking that I've always wanted to do. And given the opportunity, I really jumped into it with both feet and started enjoying it again, which, uh, the sky's the limit. There's no reason why I can't enjoy that. And even still, I've been enjoying it from a position of I'm still eating healthy and I'm still hitting my goals and trying to progress, and all these things are good. So, kind of one of those ideas where, especially during the pandemic, so many of us, myself included, we had that idea that, oh, well, if only I had the time. And then it's like, well, now you have the time. We all had the time. Everyone had the time. But not everybody did stuff. I didn't do stuff for the longest time. And it wasn't until a year in did I start trying different things, and I was trying to help fix my health and numerous other things where I had to start taking life seriously. And then it wasn't until last October that I really doubled down. I cast aside most um, vices and things, and I really stepped up my game just for me. And I was saying to my mom that, you know, for the last 20 years, I've had issues with significant issues with my weight, and I didn't feel like myself for the longest time. And right now, I feel more like myself than I ever have, which is, I think there's a contributing factor of being more mature, a little smarter, a little more appreciative of being innocent in life, and coming at things with um, joy instead of cynicism or a bitterness of life. And that idea, I said, was that it kind of really kicked off when my father passed away, because it was the first time that I really um, put everything aside. And I was fortunate enough to have the support of my spouse, was that I was able to put everything aside and really focus on getting my head right. And and now I've been able to not just get my head right, but now I'm working on getting my body right. Not easy, and Jesus, I fail all the time. So often. Even last night, we went out and, we were gonna my wife went to see a show. I went, did some or attended some comedy, and, ultimately, when we met up afterward and I picked her up and her friend, we went to go get dessert, and, oh, it took everything I had to not get dessert. It was a cheesecake, and I'm like, "I wanted it so bad." And hilariously, um, I didn't. I ended up getting french fries instead. I felt great this morning. And, my wife was angry with me because, I was like, "Yeah, get dessert." And afterwards, she's like, "Ah, it wasn't even that good." Which, how often does that happen, right? We indulge and then it's like, "Oh, it's not satisfying." Happens to the best of us. And it's one of those things where we try and indulge, we try and enjoy ourselves. Your fries were they were really good chips too. But that's the whole idea, right? Is that we will strategically plan indulgence, or, oh, we're treating ourselves, and then it goes to poop, and then we're like, oh, I wasted. I've had, and I joked about this with another comedian who was overweight, and we were talking about just what I've been doing, and he had some questions, and I was trying to expose kind of how things are working. And he even said, like, there's certain things where you don't really understand, where it's like, I'll have if I try something and it's not good, I'll try a second one because maybe the one I had was bad. I gotta check to see if the next one's okay. Because if that one's bad, then I know they're all bad. But if that one's okay, then I just had a bad one first. So it's that weird loop that we get ourselves into that is completely ridiculous. But we kind of stand here and say, well, what am I supposed to do? For me, I've been belly aching all week about how I haven't been able to fast, just because we've had a lot of plans, a lot of things on the go, and things happening, this, that, and the other. Um, and now I'm sitting here going, okay, well, now I do have an opportunity to fast for the next couple of days, so I'm going to do that. Awesome. Right? That helps me get back into that mode. It helps me get back into working for myself. It helps me get back into focusing on my health. It's a constant battle, and it was hilarious that with that other comedian, I was saying how your uh, body can be a real jerk, because it's just like, oh, just give me some bread and something delicious, and, oh, we need some dessert and stuff. But then your mind will be a absolute bastard and just be like, "Fine, you walked so much, you deserve it. Just, yeah, absolutely. Come on, we need food. You have to eat. You can't not eat. That would be ridiculous." So it's you're trying to battle between two things that should serve you in all aspects of your life. And we get handcuffed, or stand on the precipice of doing something, and then we get talked down from our own mental insecurities, and that's one of the key components here has been that I am definitely trying or making a conscious effort to celebrate progress, celebrate victories, as small as they may be, and I've always looked down on that, and I was wrong at that positivity because it is infectious and it's exponentially grows. Whereas negativity um, is the same thing. It's infectious and it grows exponentially. The more you pile on the negative, the more negative you get, and the one saving quality is that all you need is one decision to turn it around. Just one. Just one tiny little victory. I'll tell you, you could be something as small as thirsty. Okay, I'm gonna have a water instead of a pop or soda, whatever you call it. It doesn't make a difference. But and then a lot of the times is that I want something bubbly and effervescent. Good. Okay, sparkling water. No problem. Right? Um, that is another thing that we're fighting with right now is sleep. It's a huge component of your health. Yet we brutalize ourselves on a regular basis. Why? I don't know. I wish I knew that answer, but it is something we're trying to figure out because if we can sleep better, that's we're starting off on such a positive note. But those battles are worth fighting, and we can lose every single day. But waking up and giving it another try makes it different for our existence, but also how much further we're going to go. I think I'll leave it there for today, but definitely that idea of you know being able to turn that negative around into a positive is a huge advantage, and it just takes that one decision. And it doesn't have to be a big one, doesn't have to be a life changing thing. It just has to be a choice that is in within our control with a positive outcome, and that's definitely a positive thing. So if you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe. I do air these on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, so please join all of them. I am doing things on a daily basis, so hopefully that will progress. But in the meantime, if you think that someone else might benefit, please share it with them as well. And if you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I will do my best to answer to the best of my ability, as I feel like the idea of progress is something we all need and we can all benefit from. So have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will be back tomorrow with more information. Bye bye.